Good job. I was like, you're just gonna. You know how this goes? Okay.
Another team now going to the World Championships in Tokyo.
Cover up. All right, Rai. Initial thoughts on the win. How do you feel like you executed your race today?
Pretty good, I guess. It was too easy to do the first 200, but I ran home and did what I had to do to get on the team, which was the goal to be good.
To win by such a big margin, how do you continue to push yourself, especially here at Nationals?
I think the motivation for me this year is like keeping it in the 46s. So I think if I can consistently run 46 when the time comes, I'll be able and good enough to drop the time that I needed to drop. Like I told Lewis out there, 46 highs isn't winning championships anymore. So I think these next 5-6 weeks, I got to really dial it in and get pretty sharp and get ready for Tokyo.
You said yesterday that sort of took delusion. I feel like you could hang out there with all the people who are those low 46s. Do you feel like that helps feed that delusion in a way?
At a certain point, the delusion turns into reality. So yeah, to answer your question, yeah, it kind of does in a bit. So sometimes you gotta act like you belong, and then eventually it's like fake it till you make it. Except now you can't fake it anymore. You actually gotta do what you gotta do. So yeah.
You take sort of solace. I mean, I know you said you got easy in that first two, but
yeah.
You still have to. Yeah. Is there some solace in that going into the world?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you see, this is definitely the hardest team to make. That 800 just now is freaking brutal, and the 5K as well. The whole weekend just been kind of crazy. So this is definitely the hardest team to make in a championship setting, and if you can come out here and be national champ, at this meet year in year out, then it kind of speaks magnitude. So like I told the other guys in the corner hurdle series, dude, this is the hardest meet you'll ever run all year. From this point on, it's pretty easy. All you guys, if you do the same thing you did here, you'll be fine. So definitely a very hard team to make, and you have to be locked in and ready to go because everyone's hungry and everyone wants to make this team.
Do you feel like yesterday we talked about potentially winning buys for people that are at this top level? Do you feel like it sort of proves your point that you were saying that maybe that's a helpful thing to have?
Yeah, I saw some comments this morning, and I think a lot of people misunderstood what I was getting at. I think because what I'm basically saying is, the world champ gets a bye, and by that definition, I'm not asking for a bye to the next Olympics. I'm just saying, if there's an Olympic champ, the previous year to a world championships, they should get a bye as well. I'm not asking for a bye to the Olympics. All I'm saying is, Olympic champ, we have world championships in 2023, and they get an automatic bye to the 2025 world champs. Then I feel like the champion from the previous year should also get a bye. And also not because I don't want to run. Obviously I come out here and run. I gotta run anyway. So it doesn't really matter. And I'm running 46s. And, it's all I'm saying is it just makes it more exciting when the Olympic champ is racing the world champ. And it's just good marketing for our sport. I don't understand how everyone's like, oh yeah, we don't market the sport enough, and there are no exciting matchups. And then I propose the solution for an exciting matchup. Everyone's like, whoa, just shut up and run. What are we doing here? So it's just weird, But I feel like at this point now, I realize no matter what I say, some people are gonna have their negative opinions and other people are gonna agree. So all I could do is just stay true to myself and just speak my mind. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not asking for Olympic champs to have a bye. I'm just saying with the championships running concurrent to each other, it'd be nice to have the previous champ from a major event because we're doing it for the Ultimate World Championships anyway. So that's going to be the format. World champs get buys, Olympic champs get buys, and even Diamond League champions get buys. So it's the same format. It's just so yeah.
So between now and then, we're preparing for Carson, Alice, and all. Are you going to race again in between now and then, or just to take stock of yourself?
Honestly, I raced a lot this year. It's very unnatural for me to be racing this much in any given year. So I think I kind of want to take the next couple of weeks to just kind of chill and get back into a solid training cycle. I think the last few years I've been the last few weeks I've been traveling and competing a lot, so it'd be nice to get into a solid training block. Hold on, 200's going on. Oh yeah, yeah, 100%.
Right, at the end of the day, you're a track fan too.
Yeah, I am.
What'd you think about that? He wanted to win.
No worries?
If I can ask you another quick question?
Yeah.
You raced a bit more in Europe this year than you did. How was that for you?
It was very tough, you know, but at the same time, it's just one of those situations where you put 3 wolves in a den and someone has to make it out.
Yeah.
Like you have to run fast. So that was the situation every single time I lined up in Oslo and Stockholm, and you know I lost Oslo and won Stockholm. So.
That's going to be all over you.
Any thoughts on that? Rai, marketing the sport.
I mean, hey man, like, the internet thing, the K-Spice, you know, so, I mean, that's crazy, but good for the sport, I guess, yeah.
How early will you go to Tokyo?
Sorry?
How early will you go over to Tokyo?
10 days before I compete, so
okay.
I'm going pretty early to acclimate and whatnot, so, yeah.
Talk about that 300 you ran early in the season. You
Yeah.
told me you kind of liked it, but you'd have run it differently if you had to run it again.
Yeah, I was a bit too excited, you know, coming out the turn and
Yeah.
kind of lit too many matches and hit the last hurdle coming home and lost all momentum. But first time running it, I'll definitely do it again, and I'll definitely run it differently if I were to do it again. So good experience, but at the same time, like it's not going to be an event at World Championships. It's going to be the 400 hurdles. So I was happy to go to Stockholm and get that win there. And pretty big win, pretty fast time that early in the season.
Why did you decide to race more this year?
I felt I was healthy, and I am healthy, and you know, like I think coming off of last year too, you know, the confidence kind of poured over into the new year, and practice was going very well, and obviously like they paid for me to go as well, so that also was a factor in going over there. And you know, it's good to kind of get your feet wet early just to see what is to be expected in Tokyo. So that kind of factored into it, and I really wanted to go. The previous years I wanted to go, but it's, you know, going to Oslo that time of year is a weird one. It's either you get really lucky or you get piss poor weather, and we got really lucky that day. I mean, it got a bit chilly that night, but it was still fine. And Stockholm was
being
good.
the Olympic champs, probably get paid better, right?
Sorry?
The pay is probably better now, right?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is. I think it's slow, it's incremental, but I think we're getting paid more. You know, the last couple of years going into you know, each championship year, I mean, the prize money went up for a couple events to 20K from 10K. So I think we're making the right steps. It's definitely slow, and it's definitely not what everyone wants to see, but I think we have to be realistic and know, like, yo, we're not basketball, we're not football, we're track and field, and you know, from 15 years ago, you know, this wasn't the case. So I think the sport is getting better. I mean, it's slow, but it definitely is getting better.
Appreciate it.
Yes,
Thank
sir. Man, y'all gonna have a lot to